With that warrior, I hear the feats of a warrior. I hear the archer shooting his bow, expanding. And we are talking about the Jupiter spirit, the Jupiter that expands anything that it touch. It grows. It expands. Jupiter is very lucky. The fun loving planet. And so we talking about the Sag. And I got to go in on this because Jupiter dominate my chart. So with this being said, the Sag spirit, we talking about the Sagittarius sun, the Sagittarius moon, and the Sagittarius rising sign. And if you got Jupiter as your dominated planet, we talking about you. You got the Sagittarius spirit. And these people here, wow, y'all just so amazing because y'all are fun loving. The one I have dealt with, wow, they about anything. Like they won't judge you. They're non-judgmental. They accept your points of views. They like to learn. They stay up on the knowledge because they like to learn from people. They like to learn from kids. They like to learn from older folks. They like to learn from everything in life. Everything in life excites them. Everything in life excites you as a Sagittarius. And so if you are a Sagittarius, like I say, come on in, Sagittarius. Where you at? I know your spirit. I feel your spirit because I got Jupiter in me. You are definitely generous and giving. You are definitely a freedom lover. You are definitely a very, very, very fun loving. So somebody with you, you will take them on a good ride because you buy anything and you accept people for who they are. And so people definitely gonna love that because you the most acceptable sign and flexible, immutable sign there is. So we speak of you, we speak of the writer, the philosopher, the ones who are like the narrator who create their own life. You know what I mean? Who are naturally a leader, who don't mind being out in the public, who don't mind doing anything, and you're about anything. I mean, like it's like you don't really care what people think of you. You know what I mean? You there. You out in the media. You just everywhere. Spotlight. You own it. You're a great photographer. You like to take pictures. You know what I mean? And very intellectual. You know what I mean? You are a truth seeker, always seeking for the truth. You know what I mean? You are the one who always trying to find yourself. You always about growth. You the type who like I can do better. This ain't enough. I got to do better. Every little second, and every time you do better, that I mean, you still think you got to do better. You're all about growth. It's always constant growth when dealing with you. And if you are a Sagittarius, you know what I'm talking about. You got that fire energy, which means you're very compassionate, which means you love people from all walks of life. I mean, you can talk to anybody, very friendly, very friendly. You know what I mean? And so this makes you popular. You're very popular, and you're good with entertaining people because you're a comedian. You like funny things. You know what I mean? A lot of Sagittarius they are comedians. They're fun loving. They like to crack jokes. You know what I mean? They like the funniest things. So they got a good sense of humor that's off the off the meter. I'm talking about like wow. And they definitely are the ones who like to travel. They are the adventurers. So explorer, the travelers, and the great communicators are the Sagittarius spirit. And is this your energy? You understand what I'm talking about? LaTroy, you say you're a Sagittarius, so you understand me then. You know what I mean, since you're a Sagittarius, you understand me because those who had the number 3 in their charts or the number 9, you understand me. Threes and nines had the Sagittarius spirit. You know what I mean? So you understand me. And strictly 3 itself represents Sagittarius. So you understand the communicators, the explorers, the ones who good in business and sales, the ones who, got a good talk game, the one who could talk so good, probably one of the best talkers in the zodiac other than a Gemini, something like that. You know what I mean? Because so y'all can connect with a Gemini very easily. So that being said, that's right, LaTroy. LaTroy say facts. That's right. That's right. I know we got most Saggies in the house, and y'all don't represent. This is one of the most biggest planets there is, which is Jupiter. And I got a lot of Jupiter in me too. That's why I'm so hyped, so crunk, so lit, all about life. You wake up happy. You wake up happy. Understand the Sagittarius spirit. You wake up happy. You all about life. Cause this is how I wake up, happy, excited. I mean, that's that fire energy, and you wonder where I get this fire energy from. Now I understand due to astrology, it's Jupiter. Jupiter dominate my chart. They say Jupiter dominate my chart, and I understand. Which means I got more Jupiter than anything in my chart. It expands whatever it touch. And so by me being a Cancer moon, it expands the moon in me. It expands, it make me more friendly, it make me more open. So because Sagittarius is very open, very exciting. I mean, like, you could do anything with a Sag. Almost anything, as long as it ain't very harmful. You could do almost anything with a Sag. I mean, and so Sag is so, I'm telling you now, Sag, you can do almost anything with a Sag. Like with me, I why I accept people for who they are. When you talk to me, you might think I'm mean, but because I'm a teacher, I'm highly intelligent. You might just think you can say almost anything to me, and it'll be confidential. You know what I mean? Because you gotta understand that a Sag deals with many people. They talk to many people. They are very sociable. And you might say, dog, they just like an air sign. They got some of everything in them. This is universal people. They're connected to the universe. You can tell because they're very compassionate and they accept everybody for who they are. I mean, you ain't gonna find too many Sags who don't find you for who you are. You say your name, Chard. I can't pronounce your name, but you say you're Sag, so you understand what I'm talking about. And LaTroy understand what I'm talking about. So that being said, uh, LaTroy said definitely. I know LaTroy, a Sag is so hyper and so they everywhere. Like your mind is on the internet, and then you're doing this, then you're doing that. They multitask. You know what I mean? So a Sag is sort of like a Gemini in a way, also like an Aries in a way, and also like also like a water sign too, all put together. So Sag, Jupiter is a big planet. Jupiter spans anything it touch, and Jupiter is a lucky planet. And so Sag, you do good in anything almost, especially business, like communicating out in the media. A lot of Sagittarius, to be honest, a lot of Sagittarius, they don't mind being a porn star. If not like on any porn website, they like to be like a porn star for their mates. For real. They're good performers and everything. Sag is good performers. I know about the Sag. A Sag is good performer. And so I know I say a Leo is it, right? But ain't nothing like a Sag because Sag accept everybody. See, a Leo could be fixed. I like an Aries too, but I could never like really marry a Aries like that female because she can be bossy. She like that. She like to dominate. You know what I mean? You know, we can be good friends together, but when we're in a relationship, she's gonna dominate. And I'm a cardinal sign too. My main sign is a Libra. Oh no. And even though I got fire in me too, and I got some Aries trait fire as numerology. Come on now. Well, this ain't gonna work. Two dominate spirit bumping heads. And so that being said, but a Sag will let you win. They will let you be dominate if you want, if they love you like that. But also a Sag, this will be vice versa. You can work it out with a Sag. Cause they're very acceptable. And a Libra the same way. A Libra could work it out with a Sag. So I say a Libra makes a great deal with a Sag. And Kelly Taylor says Sags are fun. They are. They're fun loving. They don't. You think a Aries is fun loving? A Sag. See, Aries more like a daredevil, and Sag is kind of too. But a Sag is just more like open. Whatever they do, they expand it. Like a Aries might do it for like they might do something for a short period of time. Sag continue to do it. They got the energy for days. Aries do too now. All fire signs got this energy. All fire signs is compassionate. All fire signs are naturally leaders. So that being said, if you got Sag as your sun, this is the spirit that vibrate within you all throughout your life, like your soul, your ego self, or you got Sagittarius as the moon. This even make it even more worse because you would definitely love to have fun. It's like what you need to be. So your emotion is, if I don't be the Sag, I'm not gonna be balanced. I mean, so you gonna most likely carry it out. So as a Sagittarius moon, and as your rise and this your whole being, Jupiter makes you. See what I'm saying? It's your whole being of who you are. Then Sagittarius co-planet is Neptune, which means their second planet or alternative planet is Neptune. So Sag is spiritual too, and they're good visionaries and psychic like. You know what I mean? Because it's their second planet. Their main planet is Jupiter, but the planet like aid them is Neptune. So it being said, now you understand that how spiritual and free spirit the Sag is. You can't try to contain a Sag. The Sag ain't going for it. They're free spirit. So if you're trying to contain the Sagittarius, you might well go somewhere else. And think about the Sagittarius, they independent, so don't try to hold them. Let them do what they do. Like, cause if you front love them, they definitely gonna adapt to you. You ain't got to worry about that. So like, I could kick it with a Sag, just like this here. I could kick it with the Sag, and what the Sagittarius will do, we kick it that day, and we might don't kick it about 2 or 3 days later, but we still cool. See what I'm saying? And because you got to give them some time, you got to give a Sag some space. And who do it more better? A Libra and certain other signs. Because a Libra, they understand the Sag, and the Libra feel the same way. Okay, because yes, I said you may have fun with a Sag for a while, but the Sag is very great, and these people here are very happy going and extroverts. They are optimistic, and these are people who transfer their thoughts into concrete action or manifestation. You know what I mean? They call the prophet like people who prophesize the future a little bit, and the visionary types. This is sad. They see the big picture. It's I see. This is Sag. I see. You know what I mean? So when he speaks of the sixth sense of the third eye chakra, he talking about the Sag. So you understand what I'm talking about. Because you understand that Pisces got some Jupiter in it too, though. But the main planet is in Sag. Jupiter mainly is in Sag, but Pisces got some Jupiter too. So they're like Sag got some Neptune too. So now you understand that Sag is definitely about higher knowledge, higher thoughts. The philosophers who write the book, who always spitting wisdom, always spitting games, who fly with the tongue. You ain't stopping them. They charming. You know what I mean? They got game. They on point. How can you stop a Sag? And they very fun loving. They'll charm you to death. Oh yes. You ain't messing with no Sag. They know I'm spitting this thing right. Latroy. That's right, Latroy. It's accurate. And okay. Kelly Taylor say my sentence is in Libra. Okay. That's a good connection. You know what I mean? They probably mutable together. I mean, because the Libra get along with a Sag. And so definitely add more charm to the Sag, and add more openness to the Sag, and more people person to the Sag when you add some of the Libra traits with it. Because both of them on the same page on certain things. So Kelly Taylor, I understand you. So you got Venus with Jupiter that spread the love. That's going the Jupiter gonna touch that and gonna make you want all about universal love and accept people from all walks of life. So that's the good thing about you. That I mean, so you're all about love and compassion and fun loving. You're all about life. You probably wake up happy every morning, Kelly Taylor. I know you do. You know what I mean? Because you love life, probably. You see, Kelly Taylor say, I get better with people that are fire signs. You get along better with people that are fire signs. I understand. And say that they are direct and know what they want. Yes. I like fire signs too. The most. I ain't gonna sit there and lie. If they're not another Libra or a fire signs, I like them the most. They could be like other signs as long as they got some fire energy within them. Like they could be a Cancer, but they gotta have fire energy, like maybe a number 9 type of Cancer, or a number 3 type of Cancer, because it's Jupiter, or number 1 type of Cancer, because it's the sun. And so it depends on the number. It depends on what they have in the astrology chart. Cause every month it's a sign. Every month you can get along with somebody out of every month because due to their numbers. They might have fire energy in them because they got a lot of fire energy. They might be more than their water sign or their earth sign, anything like that. So it depends on the person numbers and everything else. And you'll see that it's true. Everything is accurate. So these people knew about numerology, but they didn't tell us that. But now it's out in the open. It's everywhere. Numerology. You go all over Google. It's everywhere. There's so much of it. You put it together. You got a whole big good picture. It's like a universe. A number that tell you about a Sag, which is the number 3. Sagittarius is the number 3. That's Jupiter, which is the number of communication. But also number 3 is the 3rd house, which is Gemini. That's why they can relate to each other. Because they got the same type of energy and vibes. Now you understand. and and the 9th house of a Sag is the number 9. It's the number 9. So a Sag is also the number 9, because now you understand where the number 9 get the universal love for. Because Sag is a universal number. Sag is the one, it expands. Like it represents universal everything. I think big everything. The big picture, I dream big, and I go for what is big. And so that's basically what I'm talking about. So Gussie Young say Sag ascendants. You got a Sag ascendants with the Sun, Mars, Mercury. Oh, if you're a Sag, Gussie, you understand what I'm talking about. You're all about life. And if I'm mistaken, and then you are an older woman, that's a good thing about you. And this show you how much energy you got, how lit you is, and how excited you is about life. You know what I mean? So it's wonderful, Gussie. That's wonderful. You're going to live to be 100. I know your spirit, Gussie. You know, you're very excited about life, and you all into astrology. I don't know how old you is. I think you're about 70, 60, 70, something like that. But wow, Gussie. I want to put you, I ain't meant to put you out there, but I know you're a Sagittarius, so you don't mind. Sagittarius don't care, they open. And like, you can say anything, it ain't gonna bother Sagittarius, so that's the good thing. Like, you can say things to me, it ain't gonna bother me neither. That'll be so. With that being said, you say yes, very old. You ain't very old, Gussie. I know, even though you might be about 70, but you ain't old, Gussie. You're not old. You know what I mean? Because you're still living. You're still living. And then you got the Sag energy. You're going to live to be 100, maybe better or better. So with that being said, what I'm saying to you, Gussie, just keep living your life. Because, wow, I know your energy and your vibes. Because there ain't nobody your age on the astrology page. Wow. I'm talking about I love your spirit. Like, I already understand. If you got the Sag spirit, I'm going to tell you about the Sagittarius too. This spirit is so wonderful, right? They can be like older, like Gutsy in the 70s. They'll mess with a young man. Yes, because they like to mess with people who fun loving. Yes, they mess with a younger person. Yes, so with that being said, yes, I'm telling you now, I don't mess with them Sags. I know them Sags. They mess with a young man, and a lot of Sags look young too. They got a young looking spirit, and like how Gussie about 70, but she look young. See what I'm saying? She look younger than her age, and that's how Sags look. See what I'm saying? So they can trick you like that there. So y'all better be careful about those Sags. Because they might be 70, but they look like they're 40. I'm telling you. And you be like, no, I ain't knew that, because all their body parts might be up to par. You never know. You never knew they were this older than what they are. You know what I mean? So I know what I'm talking about. I deal with these Sags. See what I'm saying? So I love a Sag. A Sag got a great personality, sense of humor, fun loving. They like the world to me, because it's hard to find people who you can do almost anything with, and there's no complaining or nothing. You know what I mean? So it's hard to find people like that. So Gussie says, correct. Study with the best 20 years ago, still searching, keep teaching. That's a Sag spirit, always growing, always growing. And Sagittarius are great teachers and philosophers and healers, all of that. Visionaries, prophets, psychics, everything. Because I got Sagittarius and Neptune in my chart too now. And you got to understand that Neptune is the co-planet of what? Sagittarius. And so that's in my chart too. But I had a whole bunch of Jupiter that dominate my chart. So if you got Jupiter dominate your chart, that's Sagittarius planet. So you got the same traits. So I understand you. And so that's why I say I'm gonna live to be 100. I would tell people that. That I mean, I always love life. I say I love life. I go outside and say I love life. I actually say that. And so this is Sagittarius spirit. That I mean, I'm so hyped up right now, geeked up over the Jupiter spirit and Sagittarius. And you might say, dog, he doing this because he know the spirit because this is what he got in him. You know what I mean? This is what dominate his chart. But in general, by you knowing what a Sag is, it is so fun loving. And if you ever been around a Sag, other than myself having this energy, you've been around somebody other than yourself who is a Sag, you understand. I mean, got to observe other people too, so you understand what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And they love to learn about other cultures. Sagittarius are very playful. And so if you're very playful and you love to joke, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You being that sad. This is what the energy carries. This is what the energy carries. So Lisa Monroe said, what? Yeah, Sag like to talk. Yeah, Sag do like to talk, Lisa. They good. They good communicators. Like they can go with a Libra. A Libra can talk for days. Cause I'm that Libra who. The reason why I think that I'm that Libra that talks so much, like can talk like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, because I got the sad spirit. Cause the number 9, right? The number 9 is a universal number, which got Sagittarius, Aries, and Scorpio and Virgo in it. The number 9. I believe that's why. Why like at a young age, why like I get on the phone, I can talk to a young girl 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and go. It's like that there. And why I'm a good communicator and others are good communicators, you got the sad spirit of Jupiter. And Jupiter dominate my chart. Now I understand. See what I'm saying? This sad spirit. A Sag can go. And even if a Sag ain't got nothing to talk about, they still will talk. You know what I mean? Talk about something. Or they find something that's interesting other than talking, like something to look at that's interesting, anything. So a Sag are good money makers, but they also like to spend money. Not only make money, they can spend money too. They like to buy all type of things, but but on the low, they're good at budgeting their money too. So, but you won't know. You'll think because they spend a lot, but they know how to budget. You won't know that though. That'll be so. A Sag are the artists, they are the researchers, they're good researchers. They love to study, they love to learn. They're the students of life, you know what I mean? And the teachers of life. That's why I always say I'm a student, I'm a teacher. That's the Sag Jupiter spirit. So now you understand. So George Black said, but you got to keep an eye on them. It depends if they balance. It depends on what type of Sag, George. You know what I mean? Because I got that spirit in me too now. Jupiter ruled my chart and dominate my whole nature, other than the moon, like that there. So it depends on if they balance or not. If they got other elements to balance them out, because you do got to watch them, because they would cheat on you, and they will have many different men. If you're talking about women will have many different men, and men will have many different, women. And some Sags can go both ways. You gotta understand. A Sag try almost anything, because Sag could do almost anything. They can be I don't even say a homosexual, because they gonna want a man and a woman, or a woman and a man. They'll try all that, because Sag is very sensual. So they like sex, and they out in the open with it. They talk about sex a lot. They always talk about sex, and they ain't scared to talk about it neither. So if you think you can stop a Sag from talking about sex, you're in trouble. They go keep talking. They don't care. You know what I mean? So I like a Sag spirit. They bold, they brave, all of that. So, and they very caring and loving. Oh, you're right, Kelly Teller. They're very caring and loving, and they are the giving type of people. You're right, generous, very generous and nice and very friendly, like I said earlier. You know what I mean? So Peter said, my girl is a Sag, I'm an Aries. So y'all get along very good, because fire signs get along very good with each other. Y'all on the same page. So tell me more about your girl, Peter. I bet you this Sag is so fun loving, just like you are. So with that being said, so Kelly, back to you. You're on point. The Sag is just it. And as far as sneaky, George, you're right. You're right, George. They can be sneaky cause they like to do many things. Like they just can't have one man or one woman. They gotta have many things unless they dedicate it to you. Unless you are it, they're only one. You know what I mean? That they take interest in. Other than that, you know what I mean? If you don't put a ring on it, just like an Aries, if you don't put a ring on it, they everywhere. So you ain't stopping them. You got to put a ring on it. And so you put a ring on it, they're gonna be loyal to you. I mean, so you good. So would you say gold digger? Gold digger say gold digger say my ex husband is a Sag, and man, oh man, I wanted to kill him literally. Why gold digger? I think you're a Libra too, and so if you are, I understand why, because probably because he had more than one, a lot of women. And so you say you say it is, but she's very emotional, and you know we are very blunt. Y'all definitely are. You know what I mean? Because she probably have other stuff, like she probably, due to her number, she probably have like emotional type or water. It depends on like what type of Sag she is. So you know, a true Sag with a Jupiter spirit, you got a lot of Jupiter in your chart, or you know what I'm saying? Because you got other stuff that influence you too. You know what I mean? So with that being said, so that can be understandable. So let's just say peace, Ira, astrology, zodiac. Uh George Black say they slicker they grease. Okay. And Gold Digger said, yes, sir, I am. That's right. That's right. You're a Libra, so I understand. Oh, he just wasn't right for you. Oh yeah. If they ain't in the right mind now, they could be superficial, they could be fake, they could be all of that. They could be not responsible, inconsistent, not committed, or none of that. So they got to be balanced. They got to be balanced. Because you know everything got its upside and everything got its downside. And so they got to be right. But overall, if you catch a good Sag, my word now, you gonna fly. You gonna fly. If you can fly with them, because you're a Libra. I don't know what other numbers or whatever you got in your chart, birth chart, astrology, natal chart. But if you are a Libra that has that fire element, or you got a lot of air or something, you gonna fly with that Sag. You know what I mean? So that being said, it depends on what you got in your chart, you know what I mean, or what numbers that you possess. You gonna fly with that Sag. You know what I mean? You gonna love it because they fun loving. So you said the gold digger said he was exactly everything you just said. That's right. That's right. Okay, Peter says she's 11/22. Oh, so she got Scorpio in her too. She on the course. She almost on the course. 11/22. Yeah, so she got Scorpio too. So I understand. Scorpio like secretive emotion. This water mix. So it's understandable. What dog? Doorbell ring again. Wow. This doorbell just keep ringing today. I'm about to cut these video shorts because the Sag is the restless one, the careless one, they could be impatient, they could be careless, and they don't care about other people's opinions. And so it speaks of the Sag, they're the true providers and all of this here, and true ambassadors, and the devil, the free spirit. So Sag, keep doing your thing, keep being your higher self, because you're here to inspire the nation and spark the world, and you're here to bring fun to the world and inspire the world and motivate the world. I got to get up out of here because my doorbell rang, and so I got to go. And this devil would it be? So Jupiter keep expanding everything it touch, and that can stop us. As the Jupiter dominates, if you got a lot of Jupiter in your chart, do you understand? Sagittarius spirit, you are the travelers, and astro projection, you do that, and this definitely would it be. Ashe.